I'm home early from work again, so it's a great chance to make some banana bread. I'm going to use a recipe that I've been using for more than 20 years. I'm going to make a few changes to it though. I'm going to use butter instead of margarine, and I'm going to use half brown sugar and half white sugar. I've had this cookbook for a long time, and here's a little note that my daughter wrote to herself back in 2006. It's kind of cute. Hi Mom, Sarah here. I'm just writing in your book so that when I'm 20 years old that I can find this book and read this. Bye bye. Sarah is 25 now. So I'm going to double this batch today because I want to take a loaf to work with me. So we'll get everybody into the pool here. Got a cup of butter, cup of brown sugar, cup of white sugar. We'll get a couple eggs cracked and get those in too. Okay, we got everything in there. Time to mix it up. Got that all mixed up. Now I'm going to add 6 frozen bananas. I got them all thawed out here. They're pretty soupy and mushy. They're great for banana bread. So add 6 bananas and just kind of mix those in, and then we'll get our dry ingredients in there. Just kind of break up those bananas a little bit. They're pretty mushy, so it doesn't take a lot. And I like little banana chunks in my bread, so I don't go too crazy in getting them mashed. Of flour. Alright, 2 teaspoons of baking soda. Doubling this. And we'll give this a stir. We don't need to work the batter too much. We'll just kind of get it incorporated, and then we'll add some goodies. I just got that all incorporated, and now I'm going to add a cup and a half of goodies for 2 loaves. I found that 1 cup of chocolate chips or nuts in a loaf is just too much, so I cut it back to 3/4 of a cup. So I'm going to add pecans and chocolate chips and chunks to these loaves. I think that'll be yummy. Everybody into the pool. Oh yes, yum yum. And I went ahead and dusted a couple of pans too. So I took some butter and rubbed it around, and then some flour and shook it around, and then I gave the pans a tap, and then it kind of shakes all the excess stuff out. And I also preset my oven for 350 degrees. Oh, this is gonna be good. Oh shit, knock some out. Gonna be yummy. So I have them in the loaf pans. I made a pretty and organized one, and then I made a little rustic one. Anyway, we'll pop these in the oven, so 350 for about an hour. So we'll come back and check on them then. So it's been about an hour, and they're nice and toasty brown on top, and they're split. When I give a little push on top, they bounce back. I did this about 10 minutes ago, and they still felt a little squishy, but you gotta make sure you cook them long enough or you'll end up with a soft, doughy center, which is absolutely disgusting. So make sure they're nice and firm before you take them out of the oven. I like to let these sit a few minutes after I take them out of the oven, but not too long because they kind of sweat in there and they get a little yucky. But you know, 5 minutes maybe, and then I like to go around it with a knife and just make sure that nothing's stuck. I did a pretty good job of dusting the pan, so they should be pretty good. I'm gonna flip them out now and see how they look. I'm really happy with how these turned out. They're nice and toasty brown. They certainly look like they're cooked all the way through. So I cooked those for an hour at 350, and they look great. Yes. Oh, that's a skinny piece. I'll cut a nice big one. Oh my god, that looks so good. Yummy. How many pieces you want, honey?
I'll start.
Yeah?
One
Two
more.
pieces? I'm gonna have one little piece. There. A sample piece. Yummy. Yum. You want a piece, Pee-wee? No way.